This video is about light reflection and refraction part 3. In this video we are going to cover the topics image formation by concave and convex mirror for different positions of the object and sign convention for reflection by spherical mirrors.
The image formation of concave and convex mirror. Here are the position of the object and the position of the image, size of the image and nature of the image. There are 6 positions for the objects. At infinity, beyond C, at C, between C and F, at F, between P and F. We know that C is center of curvature and F is principal focus. Then P is pole of the mirror. If the object is at infinity, then the image of the position, then the position of the image is F, that is principal foci. We can easily remember that if the position of the object is at F, that is at the principal focus, then the position of the image is at infinity. They are interconnected. The position of the object and position of the image are interconnected. We can remember easily. If the position of the object is beyond C, then the image is between F and C. If the position between C and F, then the image is beyond C. If the position of the object is at F, then the image is at infinity. If the position of the object is between P and F, that is between pole and principal focus, then the image will occur behind the mirror.
Here are the pictorial representation, that is ray diagram for the position of the object and position of the image. Figure A represent the object at infinity. This is infinity. AB is object. These are the rays which comes from A and B. See, you can identify by the arrow mark. These are the rays which comes from object, and these are the ray which are getting reflected. So at the point F, both rays are getting intersected and the image is formed. So we are getting the image at the point of F if the object is placed at infinity. Here the figure B represent object at beyond C. See, this is C, that is center of curvature of the mirror. The object is placed beyond C. We are getting the image between C and F. So this is the ray which comes from the object, and these rays are which are getting reflected from the mirror. So we can recognize from the direction of the arrow mark. So these rays are getting reflected from the reflecting surface of the mirror. So the intersection occurs here. So we will have the image here. In the case of object at beyond C, we are getting image between C and F, that is center of curvature and the principal focus. So these two rays comes from the object. This is this ray and this ray. This ray is getting reflected from the same path, through the same path, and this ray is getting reflected like this. Figure C represents the ray diagram for when the object is placed at C, that is the center of curvature. In this case, we are getting the image also at the point C. See the ray which comes from the object. So this ray and this ray is getting falling here, and this ray is falling here. This is getting reflected through this path, and this ray is getting reflected through this path. These two rays are getting intersected at the principal foci, and we will get the image at the same point C, that is the center of curvature. Figure D represents the ray diagram for the object between C and F, that is center of curvature and the principal focus. In this case, we are getting the image beyond C. So these are the rays falling to the mirror from the object. Here one ray comes from the object and falling on the mirror. The another ray directed towards this direction, and this ray getting reflected from this through this, and this ray is getting reflected through the same path, and we are getting the image beyond C. This is enlarged image. In this case, the image is enlarged than the actual size of the object. Figure E represent when the object at F. If the object is placed at F, that is at principal focus, we will have the image at infinity. So these are the rays from the object falling on the mirror, and this ray getting reflected from the same through the same path, and this ray which comes from the object and falling on the mirror getting reflected through this path, and we will have a image at infinity. If the object is placed between P and F, the pole and the principal foci, the image is occur beyond the pole, that is beyond the mirror. We can observe there are two rays which comes from the object. This is one ray and this is the another ray. This ray is getting reflected through the same path, and this ray is getting reflected like this. If we draw a imaginary line, or if we draw a dotted line through this path, we will have the image beyond the mirror, A inverse and A dash and B dash. In all the images, in all the figures, A, B represent the position of the object, and A dash, B dash represent the position of the image. Now we will see the size of the image and the nature of the image. For all the cases, all the 5 cases, the nature of the image is real and inverted for concave lens. This table represents the position of the object, position of the image, and size of the image, nature of the image for concave lens. The nature of the image for all the position of the object is real and inverted, except the case for between pole and the principal focus. We will have virtual and erect image. Only 2 cases we will get enlarged image. We can remember this easily when the object placed between any two. We can take a note of this word between. Between C and F and between P and F, we will get enlarged image. For the position at C, the size of the image is same that of the object. So for only position at C, we will get the image also at C, and the size of the image is the same that of the object. This table reveals the position of the image, size of the object, and nature of the image for 2 positions of the object for convex mirror. In the case of convex mirror, there are only 2 cases. One is at infinity and another one is between infinity and pole P of the mirror. When the object is at infinity, the position of the image is at the focus F behind the mirror. For the 2 cases, the image will occur only behind the mirror for the case of convex lens. The second case, the object is in between infinity and the pole P. We will get the image between P and F. It is also behind the mirror. In both the cases, the size of the image is diminished. For the first case, that is the object at infinity, the size of the mirror image is highly diminished and point sized. For the case 2, the size of the image is diminished. In the case of convex mirror, the nature of the image is always virtual and erect. Here is a ray diagram for the image formation of convex lens. The first case, object at infinity. These are the rays which comes from the object and getting reflected from the reflecting surface in such a way that the image will be formed at the point of F behind the mirror. The figure B reveals the ray diagram for the formation of image when the object is between P and infinity. These two rays comes from the object and falls on the reflecting surface of the convex mirror and getting reflected in such a way that the image formation will be between F and P. This is P, the pole of the mirror, and this is F, the principal focus. The formation of image is between P and F. This is center of curvature of this spherical mirror, and this is angle of incidence, and this is angle of reflection. The sign conventions which are used for reflection by spherical mirrors are known as new Cartesian sign conventions. In this sign convention, the pole P of the mirror is considered as origin and the principal axis. The principal axis is considered as x-axis. This is the pole of the mirror. The line which passes through the pole is called the principal axis, and this principal axis x dash is considered as a x-axis. The conventions are as follows. The object is always placed left of the mirror, which implies that the light falls on the mirror from the left hand side. So always object should be left hand side of the mirror. So this is a mirror, this is left hand side of the mirror, and this is right hand side of the mirror. This distance is always taken as positive, and this distance is always taken as negative. All the distance measured to the principal axis are measured from the pole of the mirror. So every distance, whatever the distance, may be the distance of the object or the distance of the image, whatever it may be, it should be measured from the pole of the mirror. All distance measured to the right of the origin along the positive x-axis are taken as positive, and left of the origin are taken as negative. So if we take the distance from this side, that is left of the origin is taken as negative, and right of the origin is taken as positive. The distance towards the right. The distance towards the right is taken as positive, and the distance towards left is always taken as negative. Likewise, the distance perpendicular to the pole. The distance perpendicular to the pole or above the pole is always taken as positive, and the distance measured perpendicular to the pole or below the pole is always taken as negative. The distance measured perpendicular to and above the principal axis are taken as positive. The distance measured perpendicular to below the principal axis are taken as negative along negative y-axis. This is considered as positive y-axis, that is above the principal axis, and below the principal axis is considered as negative y-axis.